Hi, my name is Lucia Fragoso. I'm a real estate agent here in Lisbon, and today I want to tell you two different things. I will tell you how I ended as a real estate agent working in this area, and I also want to tell you about a special place here in Lisbon where you can have a nice time, can have a nice tea, a nice cup of coffee, and of course the traditional and lovely Portuguese pastries. So come with me and let's discover this gem.
First of all, this is amazing. It's so good. It's different here. It's because of the... I think they put more lemon. I don't know if they put lemon here, but I feel the taste of the lemon. So how did you start in a real estate?
So my background is marketing communications and sales. I've always worked in marketing communications. And one day I decided to start as real estate agent. In the beginning, just to see if I like it, if it has something to do with me. And I really enjoy it. I appreciate very much the opportunity to work directly with the clients. So not on the computer, but I like to meet my clients. I like to deal directly with people, not just analyzing data over the computer. So that was a very rewarding experience. I also enjoyed the part where we have the chance to negotiate, so negotiation is also important.
And then you started 5 years ago in real estate.
Yes, I started 5 years ago, as I said in the beginning, just to see if I like it, and then I decided to stay. I also like the opportunity to being outside, to see my city, to walk on the streets, to contemplate the beauty of the architecture and some other things, and to be able to manage my schedule.
So as I know you love art, architecture, books, writers, and you know a lot of history of Portugal because I know you and I had the opportunity to have a tour with you and know a little bit more of Portugal. That's nice because I'm born here, I grow up here, but tell us what do you like to do with...
Okay, so also I like to enjoy my city, and once we were not so outside, I missed Lisbon and I decided to create this walking tour in Lisbon where I walk around some streets, in this case in the Chiado neighborhood, so not very far from where we are at the moment. And in this tour I'm focusing more in the architecture aspect of the rebuild of Lisbon after the earthquake. I also focus a lot on many of the artists that lived here, worked here, and were also inspired by the city of Lisbon for their creations.
And you have a lot of people, you make a lot of friends with that, right? And
yes,
maybe clients, because it's a way to attract some clients because they came here for holidays and then they see Lisbon, it's beautiful, it's safe, it has a lot of these good attributes. And
yes, I do these walking tours. It's open to everyone, so everyone can join. I've been meeting a lot of people and also Portuguese, and it's funny to understand that people always learn something more about Lisbon that they didn't know. So it's good that I've been doing some research. I continue improving the content of my tours, so I keep on reading. So I add some new things. Also, besides the tours, I do some meetups during the month, once a month, for expats and locals, where I coordinate.
It's a mix or it's different places?
We meet up in Lisbon, usually in the central.
But all together, locals and
yes,
foreigners?
Yes.
Expat?
Mainly people who are living here or are passing by Lisbon that are not Portuguese. There are some Portuguese as well. I'm inviting also all the Portuguese to come and experience, because they will have a good time. Find that many of the Portuguese, they lived abroad as well, so...
But what you do in the meetings? You meet each other? You have some wine or...
Yes, usually we meet in a coffee shop, and we have, you know, some people have dinner because we meet at the end of the day. So for us Portuguese, 6:30 is not dinner time, but for some people it is. So some people have dinner, some others just have a drink.
Yeah, for
it's
for
open.
some people like 6 p.m. it's already dinner time. For us as a Portuguese, 8 p.m.
Yes, it's very early, but the idea is just to talk with each other and a little bit about each other, exchange experience, learn what they are doing here or what they enjoy doing here, and in the end we sometimes get some connections. For instance, another thing that I do here in Lisbon is I row on the river. So I always invite people, if they would like to try experience rowing on the river, so they can join me and they can go and try it and see if they like it. So
that's another hobby that you do, right?
Yes, that's another.
It's a kind
hobby.
of lifestyle, because you have a how can I say, healthy lifestyle, because you do
rowing,
right? And you are vegetarian, right?
Yes,
it's kind
I'm
of
vegetarian.
Healthy lifestyle.
Vegetarian and strong, so no one in the boat would tell that I'm vegetarian, because I'm a very strong rower, I have to say. Yes, and water is very connected to the Portuguese.
Yes.
As you know, we are always looking at the water, or on the seaside, or sailing. So for me, it's a combination of all of that.
It's part of the history of Portugal.
Yes.
Sailing, boats,
and
discovering.
also the city of Lisbon.
Yeah.
Lisbon is the neighborhoods and the river. They are a couple, let's say.
And
so
we have a nice weather. Actually, today is a bit gray, but it's not cold. But Lisbon is about the sea, the river, the views, the sun, the weather, the safety. It's good.
Yes.
It's attractive.
And, it's easy to get there, so you do a sport while you are in the middle of the nature, and it's also a teamwork, so it's also something that you do with other people. Again, it's a very international club. I row with people from all over the world. We never the same people, so we have people from all continents, which is also good. We speak the language of the crew of the day, or Portuguese or English, so it depends, but yes, very good.
But it's nice that you can, like, when you are with Portuguese and English, the Portuguese people learn other languages and other culture, and other expats, they learn Portuguese and culture of Portugal, not only the wine, the fado, the things that Portugal show, but there's more in Portugal.
Yes, and of course the food. We always talk about food. So if I'm with an Italian, I always ask, what is your favorite Italian dish? And then he gives me ideas, and then I can also share my own ideas of Portuguese food.
And the way they cook and the way we cook, that's nice.
So it's also very nice, yes. And because I also like arts, I also have a group dedicated to arts. In this case, women group.
Mm-hmm.
And we also create a meetup, a monthly meetup, where we open this group to other people, other women who would like to join us. And we do an event, like we already did my walking tour in Chiado, we can do a visit to a museum or something, and or we just meet up for coffee as well. And the idea here is to connect with other women that like art and or work some field of art-related fields. And it's very interesting because I've been also meeting many different women in different art fields that are at the moment living here in Lisbon.
Another way to exchange some experiences and culture, because the art is culture too.
Yes,
and
yes. And it's in some ways.
And you learn with them, and they learn with you.
Yes, yes. And it's not only about art. In the end of the day, it's also about their life stories, why they came here.
Did you make some friends?
Yes, in the end, the art is the connection, but in the end, and I also feel like a connector, like whenever I can, I talk about this artist or that, or I tell them where they can maybe present their work. And it's also something that I've been developing, a way of having some space where these artists can show their art, because I do believe that art is also a way of changing history for the better.
Yeah.
And sometimes the message comes first from in a song or in a painting, and
or in a book.
Or in a book.
Okay, I have one last question. I want you to know, for you, why Portugal?
For me, Portugal is a peaceful heart. That's what I feel. It has its challenges, but in the end of the day, I think the most is a rewarding feeling that we can have is to have this warming and peaceful heart. And I think that the Portuguese, what they have, the best thing they have is that they have a warm heart. They respect others, but they are still very caring. And I think that is the great attribute of the Portuguese, and I hope it stays that way.
So it's not only food, it's not only the weather, it's not only the music, or...
It's all of that. It's difficult to separate, of course. As for me, that I like very much art. Of course, I hear fado very often. I like fado very much. I like the sound of the Portuguese guitar. There's no sound like that. And if I hear just for some minutes the Portuguese guitar, it can, even if there is no singer, it can lift up the spirits. So, of course, also the architecture of the city, the colors, the lights. Yes, it's a very peaceful country. That's what I feel, and that's the best thing.
Okay. Lucia, thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is not an interview, it's just a conversation, and to show to people who you are, what you like, what are your experiences, and show the people that you really know Portugal. There's no better person to show Portugal than you.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.